So when my mom was home those 5 months, almost 5 months, towards the end of it, Jasmine covers my belly. At one point, I said to my mom, if anything happens to me, you're screwed. You can't live alone. And her response, sums everything up that I cry about out here, whatever. It just sums everything up. Her response, well, then don't let anything bad happen to you. About booze on Christmas Eve, I did not drink a drop of it. I did pig out on sweets, like I said. I did fast the other day for 45 hours, but been eating way too much. But like I said, what does it really matter, you know? Can't even take a hot shower anymore. Yet again, in this life, when I've done nothing wrong and I'm innocent, treated like fucking shit. By a professional in my mom's life. Indisputably treated like fucking shit. I already ran it by, on Christmas Eve no less, treated like fucking shit. Of course, first thing I did was cry to Joe, and he'll be the first to tell you, Laura was treated like fucking shit by a fucking cunt she'd never met in her life. I'm just astounded. But why? I don't know why I'm surprised. I told you, and I know I'm right. These motherfuckers, select ones, think that I'm exactly like my mom, and therefore I'm easily walked all over. You know, that they can easily just walk all over me and treat me like shit. No world, in that way, I'm not anything like my mom in the brains department. Just in the other. Which I suppose makes for an interesting, I don't know. Interesting me. Yeah, that sums it up. Well, just don't. That's a child. Don't let anything happen to mommy. Well, just don't let anything bad happen to you. So we're gonna start. We're not gonna start with how my day didn't end because it's just the middle of the day. But we're gonna start with the hell that I went through prior to being treated like shit by a nursing home staff member, employee that I'd never met in my life, okay? I will give you a prelude, though. My mother's pissed off about not being able to come home for Christmas for the holidays, because so many of her fellow residents got to come home for Christmas, and she's been acting up. She acts up, they want her out of there. But it doesn't work that way. You can't just tell me you're gonna. It doesn't work that way. And this was a fucking cunt social worker I've never met. But we'll get to that, even if there's a part 2. Because part 1, I mean, because what I'm going to tell you now, just, my stress level is through the roof. As I've been saying to you guys, to Joe, to anyone, I've never wanted to be here less. The walls are closing in on me from every fucking imaginable direction. Continuously closing in on me. No hope for anything. Oh, and yet again, Joe said, what he always says to me. You and I don't belong here, Laura. Uh-huh. And that's 1,000,000 times more true or truer of me, in my case, Joe. Because unlike you, I don't have any belief in anything. And you, my Joe, has an unwavering belief in God. And that the God, not the God he believes in, loves him. So yeah, Joe's regular, periodic, but it's ongoing assertion. You and I don't belong here. But it applies to me so much more because I can't, I'm not able, I'm not capable of, I'm not able to have Joe's faith, and I'm not capable of having it. All right. Saturday, my mother, I feel very bad for her, even though in my gut, I believe that the phone, any cell phone that I get her is going to end up broken or stolen. I mean, come on. The roommate point blank said to me, they'll take something off your face or whatever, and she hid my mom's chocolates. So, when I tell you the weird, fucked up shit, that's why it's going to take 2 videos that happened to me. To where right now, I See, I like to give you preludes of things. We already know a staff member, but I'm not a regular staff member, an upper staff member, a social worker I never met in my life, treating me like fucking shit. Because my mom's causing trouble and now they want her out of there. But again, it doesn't work that way. You can't just do that. But we'll get to that. It might be part 2, part 3, doesn't matter. I'm prone to say and fond of say, and this doesn't cost anything. So I am in fucking hell. The screw just keeps getting turned tighter and tighter and tighter. Remember what happened with my Kyocera I loved? And I lost all the hundreds and hundreds of texts that have been on there for a long time. A system update is probably what killed this phone. Right? Something that ridiculous. And then I don't have a phone. And I loved this phone. I loved it. It was a $300 phone. I got it for half price when Verizon needed everyone to switch over to 4G and they wanted to give you incentive. So I got $150 off of any phone of my choice. Of course, they wished you'd go to Smart, but I didn't. There's always some basic phones out there available. Anyhow, I was without a phone all day today. All day. My mom called me early this morning, you know. So my mom has a phone and I don't because it's hell. Because I'm in hell, that's all. It's not rocket science. I'm in hell. You might not like me saying it, but I'm going to say it. I don't care. The universe wants me gone. I mean, it's just, it's almost like that. Like that those Final Destination films. You know, I should have been gone a long time ago. You know, because the shit that happens to me, that just sends me spiraling downward more and more and more. Is fucking ridiculous. It's fucking ridiculous. It's absurd. It's like, oh, that includes some of the things I can't tell you at this time. I would tell you in one split second where I safely with Joe. Okay? One split second. Even if I say everything I ever wanted to say over the past 12 years and then never do anything again, at least I would have finally got to say everything I've been wanting to say for 12 years. So I got my mom what in the hell? What the fuck? Does it do that? I don't know why it's saying remaining like that. Unless it's just it's maybe it's full. I moved it over. I know I still have like 15 minutes. Yeah, still like 15 minutes almost. Anyhow, got my mama phone. Same phone as this one, but it's a different one. They call it the same. You can't tell until you have the sales associate opening it up, and you're like, huh? What's that's called the same? I thought it was gonna be the same phone. What's going on? Oh, it's just they created a different one and they discontinued making the other one. Oh, all right. Is there any difference? No, it's not really any difference. There is a lot of differences. Yeah, they added figures, took them away. So prior to getting the phone, I had a consumer cellular rep tell me in no uncertain terms that you could block a call on the phone and it would block incoming and outgoing. That turned out to be a lie. Okay. And when I'm bitching about that being a total lie, it's just not. It's just people are mistaken or they're whatever, even within the company, and they should know and they don't, and even supervisors don't know. But anyway, I'm bitching about that and even sharing my going online and people saying, well, consumer cellular should be with the times if they can block international calls. Why can't they block people from dialing up 411? They just don't. They don't do it. So. The rep I talked to on Sunday put me on hold for quite a while, came back and said, here's what you can do. You can't block outgoing calls, but there's a thing called call barring. BARRING. So what's that? You can make a list of phone numbers, and your mom in the nursing facility, you don't want her dialing up 411. I also don't want her receiving spam that she'll, I don't want that either. I don't have to worry about any text but calls, My mom will sit there and listen to some jerk talking to her because, she's the jerk, male or female, doesn't know he's talking to somebody in the nursing home who's bored, okay? And severely mentally ill. So, tell me, consumer cellular rep, that sounds wonderful. Tell me about this call barring. And remember, she knew that I had bought a brand new one of these. Okay, so she knew that I purchased a new one, and that's the one that I was going to give to my mom. And I love your call bearing feature. Tell me more. So I had called her on the other phone, right? I wasn't expecting her to tell me about any call barring feature. Of course, I wasn't. I called her on the new phone, right? And we learned about this call barring feature. We're going to practice on this one. Just getting in, so I'll be able to do it on the other one when I hang up with her, right? So we went only as far as we were going to go, just testing it out, okay? Because what you have to do is you have to ultimately put in a passcode, a PIN, and after you've made your list of accepted numbers, and the only person who can remove numbers from that list or add numbers to that list is the person who knows the PIN. So I just thought that'd be a great idea. Stop my mom from dialing 411 and stop any spam calls from coming in. Well, we went over as much as we could do, right? I didn't even bother with any of it till the next day. Yeah, okay, so that was Sunday. It was Sunday. It was Sunday, and it wasn't necessary for me to, So I didn't revisit that because I feel like it. I've been talking to these people. I've been talking to Consumer Side for a while, and I did not feel like trying that call bearing on the other phone at that time. Now that I knew how to do it, I didn't feel like doing it at that time. Okay, following me. So, because I feel it's not gonna be difficult. I don't have to do it right this second. I have things to do. I don't feel like it, right? So Monday night, remember, I didn't end up going to see my mom Monday. I didn't feel up to it, and just as a prelude to Christmas Eve morning wound up being a significant snowstorm that I ended up having to walk in. We'll leave it at that for a minute. Alright, so imagine my shock when Monday night, again, it's going to be my time to watch World News Tonight, Inside Edition, all of that. I go into the new phone. Remember, I knew we'd gone all the way up to where you have to add a pin, right? So I knew I'd seen the call bearing on this phone. I'm not an idiot, and I couldn't find it to save my life on the new phone I bought from my mom. The new and improved Iris flip phone, Consumer Cellular. Okay. So Monday night, I'm going crazy, trying to find that call bearing on my own. Finally, I called up Consumer Cellular in disgust, and the rep on the phone was trying to walk me to the call. I'm like, there's nothing here, there's nothing here. Finally, she puts me on hold, and yeah, that phone doesn't have call bearing. What? What? What do you mean it doesn't have call bearing? You gotta fucking be kidding me. Alright, so what do you think I'm gonna do now? I love this call bearing feature, right? But the brand new consumer cellular Iris Flip doesn't have the call bearing. So what's a Laura to do? I decided that I would give my mother the old other this phone that is what she had before anyway, right? And I'll have the other one. I'll have the brand new one. Problem with that is it's tons of hundreds of texts on here that I would have to be forwarding over. But remember, I would send about my mom one text and then forward it to 10, 8, 9, 10 different people. So if I get those texts saved onto my computer, I mean, onto the camera and onto the computer, or if I forward from one phone to the other, whatever, that I do.